Could you be loved and be loved?
What up, Rube?
What up, Chris? How are you?
I'm great. I'm just chilling here in a Town Place Suites in Minneapolis.
What is a town place suites?
It is Marriott's extended stay version of their hotels where you have a full kitchen.
Oh my
And
God, what?
yeah.
That would have been
And
nice in Nashville.
the
I would have liked
qual-
to have an oven.
yeah, that might have been nice, but also the quality of like the linens and everything, it leaves a lot to be desired. Because usually extended stays are usually the lower tier of all the hotel chains. Like they all have them. Now there are like nicer versions. There's well, I guess not really, because like even like the Hyatt places and the Embassy Suites, as it were, those that have like a living room and stuff, they don't really have a kitchen by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
Residence Inn is probably the most nice one, but even those have fallen by the wayside, I think, a little bit. I'm sure it's just depends on which one you go to, but
yeah.
But I'll do it, man. When you used to get those 2-bedroom big ass Residence Inn rooms where you had the bedroom you had an upstairs. Oh, them's were the days.
I wonder if I only have a recollection of staying in one of those, like on the drive out here when I was moving here. There was a upstairs situation.
Yeah, it's like a loft. And then it's cool when you're younger. Yeah. But then as you get older, you're like, no, I definitely want the room downstairs that you can shut the doors and there's literally zero light.
Yeah. You are quite the little mole rat.
I do like a dark, silent room with a nice going on through my phone.
With some and some pads on the walls.
And a jacket that hugs me.
Yeah, I like those jackets that the ones that connect in the back.
Oh, I love those ones.
Yeah, the self hug jackets.
I call them huggers. Oh man, the state made me wear one for a while. Joke's on them. I loved it.
Sharks. For 90% of my company, I'm not good at this. For 90% of my company, you could have it.
You know what? There is a reason why I fucking had to wear one of
locked
these.
Up.
And it was my this I am recording this on my computer. So if there are little glips and bloops, it's because the Town Place Suites internet is not quite what we normally desire. So
excuse me.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm just allergic to Town Place Suites.
Man, you can't be anywhere near it because you're 2 time zones away and just pictures of it.
Oh man, I guess we should cancel the pod.
Well, welcome back.
Welcome back.
It's the 1 millionth podcast. I'm Chris Porter.
I'm Andi Porter.
We're Scott and Carol's kids.
We are. I'm taking my sups. I forgot to take them before we started this.
Oh yeah. I need to get a new vegetable. I need to get a new sup because Rebalance and I have parted ways.
Oh, did they not think your little jokes were very funny?
I think I told you about the first video I sent, and then they were like, we don't like it. And then I sent the second video as kind of a fuck you, and they loved it.
Right.
So then I made another video, and it was I thought it was very funny. I covered a lot of bases. There was like a Michael Jackson shopping in Vegas cut to. And let me see if I can find it.
Well, they probably couldn't use it because you used unlicensed material.
Well, that was not the note. Had that been the note, I think things might have gone differently.
I was just trying to be nice.
Um,
Could have been that it was Michael Jackson.
no, they said the Michael Jack. Basically, what I was saying is that I used to walk. The joke was I used to walk into a supplement store like Michael Jackson in that interview. And then I just literally cut to, and you can't even see his face. It's just the back of his head. And it's going, and it's just him going, I want this one and that one and this one and that.
This one.
About midnight.
This one.
And that one. And I thought it was really funny. And then, so then they came back, and again, the complaint was not that they couldn't use the Michael Jackson footage. The complaint was that they were like, he was the joke came out of nowhere and didn't make any sense. And I was like, I literally put in the video so that it would make sense. And otherwise I would have just made the reference and not put in the video.
Right. The video is the reference.
So, and you know,
man, people, welcome to my life.
So then they were like, oh, we didn't like that one. Can you shoot another one? And you know, it takes a couple hours to shoot and reshoot all this shit.
Yeah, that's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah. And they're just like, can you just do it again? I'm like, I'm fucking busy. And so then I shot another one, which was basically another fuck you one, thinking, oh, this is what you want. Okay. And but I definitely said that the CEO said my last video, whatever. And then I was like, the funny thing is their product helps me with my stress levels, and he's raising my stress levels. Right? It's all very funny and like tongue in cheek. And then they came back and they were like, can you
know what? We're good.
They're like, can you do it again, but not talk about your relationship with the CEO? And I was like, that's kind of, so like not have that video? Because that's what the entire video was about.
You want me to do this again for a third time?
And and they're like, no. And then I was just like, no. I was like, I've given you 2 very good videos. You can pick one of them, or we can just not do this anymore.
Yeah.
And they were like, can we have a phone call? And I was just like, man, I don't want to talk to you. I was like, we can just email. And then they're like, yeah, we're good. I was like, fair enough. And so long story short, I need to go get a vegetable supplement. So I don't die.
Yeah. Well, because you love to eat vegetables.
It's my favorite.
They're your favorite.
That and listening to hardcore polka.
Is that a thing?
I doubt it. I mean, I'm sure it's a thing somewhere. I'm sure someone has plugged a guitar into a distortion pedal and played some sort of polka riff.
It's like, instead of a double bass drum, it's like a double tuba. That whoever plays that tuba's got abs of steel.
They really do.
And
by looking at
the
him,
size of Louis Armstrong.
And by looking at him, you wouldn't think so.
No.
It's like if he does
under there.
Yeah, it's under there. He also
they get paid in bratwurst and beer.
Well, and he get when he's not playing double tuba, he catches cannonballs with his stomach. So that's where he gets the ab work.
Yeah. I get you.
Yeah.
Man, I haven't sat at my desk in a while. It is dusty. I'm looking around and I'm like, yep, this tracks.
Yeah. Oh.
This tracks.
Well, it'll come. Well, also, your last job, you didn't really work at your desk. You were on site.
I was on site. That is, and I wasn't even in town.
Yeah, you were on town.
I know, but I should still probably dust my desk.
Any word on when that comes out, by the way?
No.
Okay. I mean, they probably don't call you, do they? They're not like, hey, by the way.
No, there's not like an organized email chain where people update you on what's going on, even though that is normally what happens.
Yeah.
But the mafia, not so much. They don't really like to leave a paper trail. So,
Oh man. So how was your weekend?
my weekend was jam-packed.
Yeah, it was.
It was real busy. It was real busy. Friday I went to a birthday party. Speaking of that show, one of the women that I worked with on that show, she works in the music industry. Her name's Wendy Starland. I went to her birthday party at
Cool.
a nightclub.
Was it star-studded?
No.
No.
No. It was, well, I mean, if it was, it's people whose names I don't know. But I got to see some, I mean, they're all mentors of like the for each of the bands that competed. Like they each got a
Okay.
mentor who was like an industry professional
I got
who
you.
helped them through the songwriting and producing and performing process and like
For sure.
held their hand through the show. So I saw 3 of those guys, Wendy being one of them. She discovered and developed Lady Gaga and gave her the name. And then like Stevie Nicks'
Man.
drummer was there.
I hope she got an equity deal on that thing. 1% of Gaga. Fuck yeah.
No
I'll
shit.
take that.
That's a gagillion. And then another guy who wrote
Sorry. That's a possible title.
what's the what's an R&B song that like George Strait also did a version of in the 90s?
Oh, if I could love you like that.
Yes. That's
gave
exactly
you my
what it
world.
is. And the guy who wrote that song.
Oh wow.
Yes, he's his hairpiece is attached to his hat.
Oh, it's Bret Michaels. Oh no, that's a bandana.
That's a bandana. No, this guy, his name is Steve Diamond. Very lovely guy. He's married, has been married for a long time, but when we were working in Nashville, it was hot. I run hot. And so, especially when I'm running around, I usually wear like a muscle tank and some like yoga pants.
Yeah. You're not
agile.
You're not sleeves hold you down. We all
They
get
really,
it.
I know they do. I just put a t-shirt on and they fly off is what happens.
That's that what happens. You don't even own scissors.
Yeah, they just fly off of me. No, but one day I had sleeves on because it was cold, and he came up to me and was like, man, it's such a sad day when I don't get to see your arms. And I was like, well, wearing sleeves forever now.
Fucking what a weird ass thing to say.
If I had arms like that, I would give them the world. Yeah, so saw those guys. I brought the twins with me, and man, one of them just did not want to be there, so that was fun. And
the mom or the not mom?
No, the not mom. And
then
she just shows up in a mood sometimes.
Oh yeah, I used to have a friend like that
all the time. That's super fun. But yeah. So anyway, and also it's like we don't go to nightclubs. We don't do that. It's not our thing. But so it was a nightclub in the Line Hotel in Koreatown. It's like a nice hotel. It's got like 2 Houston brother clubs in it. There's like Break Room 86. It's a
it sounds like the worst place to stay ever.
You can't like there. It's pretty well sparsed out.
Oh, okay.
You can't like hear the music from the street or anything like that.
So, and for those, just to let our fans know, Houston Brothers make bars. Their more famous ones are No Vacancy, Good Times at Davy Wayne's.
They're always gimmicky.
They're all gimmicky. They all have a theme. It's all they're all very detailed in their themes. Like they go 1,000%, but every bar, every one of their bars has a weird entrance. Like No Vacancy, you walk into a woman's boudoir and she gives you like a speech, and then all of a sudden the bed separates, and that's how you get in.
Yeah, like the bed slides open and reveals a secret stairway underneath. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So this one,
yeah,
we went. Yeah, they all have a thing. So there's 2 of them here. Break Room 86. I don't remember what it is. I think you walk through a jukebox or something. And then we went to a restaurant on the top because we were like, let's make it a girls' night. So we went and had a nice dinner at this rooftop restaurant, even though our server was on a lot of blow and was so fucking annoying. I was like, hey, how do we get to Kiss Kiss Bang Bang? And he was like, oh, you go downstairs and look for the line of people and that's it. And I was like, well, we're on the list. Can you just tell us where the door is? He was like, oh, you're on the list. Well, then you just go to where the ATMs are, and that's the door. Oops, I ruined it. And I was just like, you're a fucking dick.
Yeah. You know, you work
Uh,
on tips, right? This isn't
yeah.
Ed DeBevics. Like, why are you razzing me?
No shit. I was just like, oh, well, we've never been there. So really, thank you for ruining that for us. It's awesome. So anyway, this one's an ATM that opens and you walk in. So that was a fun surprise. Anyway. But we went in there, and I mean, you know, I would say the Houston brothers, they all started out having a really great gimmick. Like Davy Wayne's, the fridge is cool, the bed opening up is cool. These, it's just like an ATM that's attached to the front of a door.
Oh,
And it's like, that's kind of it. Although they did have like roller skate dancers that we missed because we left before 11.
yeah.
But yeah. So, I mean, there was that. Anyway, I still don't like nightclubs.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
a tough one.
And then the next day,
That's Saturday.
Saturday, had to go run some errands, and two of the contestants from the show were in town. There's two 20-year-old boys from Miami, and they were so despy for Andi time that they were like, "What are you doing today?" I'm like, "I'm literally running errands. Like I have to go to Target and the grocery store and like a party supply store." And they were like, "We'll come with you." And I'm like, "You know what? Fuck it. Extra hands." So they came with me. They like literally ran errands with me all day. And then they each ate 100 milligrams of edibles each. And
Nice.
we're helping me run errands. And then we get back to my place to like chill for an hour because their hotel, I was dropping them off on the way to Sandra's to go have pizza night.
Yeah.
And it was just on the way. I was like, I'll just drop you off. And they both passed out on my couch as we were watching MILF Manor, which we have to talk about.
Okay.
And they both passed out, and they were like, I woke them up. I'm like, all right, boys, time to go. We got to go. And they're like, man, your couch is so comfy. It made us pass out. I'm like, pretty sure it's the 200 milligrams
Yeah.
that you guys split.
Yeah, you guys could have been at a Greyhound station. Like, these
No
benches are
shit.
super comfy and warm.
They were like, well, that's not it. It was a sativa. I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Sure. Then went and had pizza night. Homemade pizzas over at Sanders, always good. And then
you're really pushing mom and dad to get one of those for
I
the
am
fucking 12 meals a year we have there.
It's awesome. So MILF Manor.
Yeah, let's get into that.
I sent you a clip.
Oh,
I
you
sent
did?
you a clip. I sent you a clip weeks ago. If you go into our chat history and you go into the links, it's
I think I vaguely remember watching it. Are you there?
yeah, I'm here.
Okay, because sometimes it switches over to my what? Oh God! Stop share.
First of all, I've watched that clip so many times that when you screen share, I don't get audio on my end, but I knew exactly what they were saying and when. That was awesome.
Oh God. That's so weird.
It gets so much worse. So they all try to date each other, right? Like the moms and the sons all try to date each other. I sat down. I've recorded this on your YouTube TV account. I watched 3 episodes in a row. I can't get enough of it. I even rewatched him with Aubrey last night. It's the mom. Okay. So they're all dating and shit, and there's like challenges and stuff, and they have to like win dates, and that's how you win at the game, right?
Yeah. Do you also win therapy for the sons?
No, they're way beyond that. Most of them. There's some of them, their relationships with their mothers are unhealthy. If you can imagine. I would say 100% of them. But here's the best part. The moms and the sons share a room. There's like 2 queen beds in each room, and one's for the mom, one's for the son. So if they want to hook up with someone, it happens in the same room that your mom or your son is in.
Stepmom.
Mom.
Those are their real moms?
Yes.
Oh God damn it. So gross. So gross. Man.
So good. There's in the second episode, they do there's a secret wall and they have to guess whose secret is whose. Like the mom and the son have to guess whose is whose. And this mom reveals to her son in front of everyone that she fucked his best friend. And he didn't know that. And his face when he finds out, he's just like,
Yeah, that's warranted.
he handles it not well. By getting drunk, hammered, swimming naked in the pool, and yelling at his mom like, "You live in your reality and I live in mine."
Fuck.
It's on TLC, folks. I cannot.
It's
kept
on
thinking of what these-
TLC.
Of course, the network where they're like, "Come look at these fucking freaks."
Isn't
They
that
got
called the Learning Channel?
Yeah, they don't do that anymore. Mama June and Honey Boo Boo fucking flushed that philosophy down the toilet.
Now it's the Lost Cause.
No, it's the
Lost
1,000 Pound
Causes.
Sisters, 90 Day Fiance.
Yeah, the Lost Causes. TLC.
Yeah.
Fucking what is this world coming to?
Fucking come look at these freaks. Anyway,
Aliens are gonna come down. And they're
no,
gonna
they're not.
they're
There's no way they're coming down
I'm
here.
talking
They're like,
after the
"Fuck that shit."
apocalypse, which is
Okay.
forthcoming. They're gonna come down, they're gonna find someone's old DVR, and they're gonna like, how do we learn about this? And they're like, oh, this is called the Learning Channel. Let's just see what people were learning about.
What the fuck is an octomom? You know what? Let's hit up Uranus. This place sucks.
They had me at Honey Boo Boo, but they lost me at the 1,000 Pound Life. Like a go
1,000
do
Pound
something.
Sisters.
It's too much.
Oh
pounds.
man. And then I'll let you get into your weekend because then we can talk about the Super Bowl.
Well, I was in Milwaukee.
Mill run, don't mill walk.
Anyway, not
Still
my
funny
first
to me.
time in Milwaukee, but actually like my first time in Milwaukee. Like I've been driven there a couple of times, and then we get out and we go to a thing, and then we get back in the car and we go back
At
to Green Bay.
gunpoint?
Sometimes, just depends.
That just sounds like you get driven out to dig your own grave.
Well, okay, so it's like it's like one of those rooms that you get in, like this puzzle. What are they called? We went to
Escape rooms.
Yeah, it's
Escape
like an
room.
escape room, but it's extreme and it's at gunpoint, and not everyone survives.
It's like Dennis Reynolds' bedroom.
Yeah, it's just called living. It's just called living. Anyway, no, I was in Milwaukee for the first time at the new Improv, which was super cool. Very nice. Milwaukee is a very nice town. Very drunk. And they buy a shit ton of merch.
Well, their baseball team is called the Brewers. I imagine they're a pretty saucy city.
Yeah, no, it was a lot. Like, yeah, it's incredible. Here's how much people drink in Wisconsin. Your first DUI doesn't count.
You move there and they just mail you a punch card.
Yeah,
First
it's
one's already
like-
punched. They're like, you just show this, you're good.
You get a free. It's like a free space for your Dewey. So I found that out like on Thursday, because also Wisconsin has a lot of roundabouts. Like they don't like regular intersections. It's all just roundabouts.
They were like, you know what? I'm getting places too fast.
Yeah. Well, and also in a town that drinks heavily, I'm like, every show I'd be like, how many of you have actually jumped a roundabout shit-faced? And it was never less than 8. It was never like, oh, that guy.
In a room full of 10.
Yeah. And so then I'm just like, how many times do you leave a bar and like look at your friends and be like, who hasn't had one yet? Like who still has their freebie? Because I need a ride home.
Who could blow into my blow start?
Well, you can't do that because in 5 minutes into the trip, you got to blow again. So unless you live 2 minutes from the bar, you're
Oh, do
fucked.
you really?
Yeah, back in the day, I was out on the road with a comic, and I was like, "Hey man, can I borrow your car to run to Walgreens?" And he's like, yeah. So it's a blow start." I'm like, "Okay." And so he had to like show me how to do it. Cause you don't just blow into it. You have to like blow and then inhale and then blow. And then, so like it knows you're not
what was it again?
nope, not doing it. Um, so, almost enough for a boomerang. So and then he's like, and then 5 minutes into the trip, you'll have to do it again. And it's specifically so they know that you haven't,
just had someone blow into it and you're just like, wow.
yeah. And you have to,
Tico.
and you have to blow and suck and stuff. So they know you're not just hooking like an air compressor up to it and just going, psh, psh, psh. So,
Oh my God, that's actually very smart.
yeah. No, they've figured out all the redneck runarounds for.
I bet our cousins had a lot of things to do with that. They were like they fucking got us again.
No, you know what you do? I got me an air. You spend a little more, you get an air compressor that's also a vacuum. You just switch it back and forth.
I put a little Listerine in mine. It is so motherfucking dry here.
Yeah.
Ugh. Like
Well,
anytime I get off of anything, my sweatpants, everything's stuck to me.
ugh. I know that is. I have
15% humidity right now.
at least it's warm. I'm in Minneapolis right now, where up until today it was like 8.
Ugh.
Yeah. Just that fucking Arctic, it hurts.
Yeah. Got down to
Anywho,
40 here the other day.
shut the fuck up. That's the high here today. Yeah, it got down to 40, what, at like 3 a.m. when you had been asleep for 4 hours.
Oh my God, I had so many blankets on. It was so nice. Windows open, just like,
well, yeah, so I had shows in Milwaukee. I had to go straight from because of Valentine's Day was on Tuesday. I had shows in Minneapolis on Tuesday, so I just chose to drive to my friend's house in Green Bay on Sunday and stay there for 2 nights instead of flying home and then basically flying right back. And so I brought as much merch as I could fit into this case. So much so that I broke said suitcase. And then I was like, well, surely this will get me through at least mid next week. And Milwaukee bought everything.
that's awesome.
They bought all of the things. And yeah, so had nothing to sell here in Minneapolis. Also just left the suitcase behind because it was
just
no
naming
longer...
rights to your firstborn.
So yeah, good times in Milwaukee. Thanks to everybody that came out. I'm trying to think if anything else really happened. I don't think so. I spent a lot of time just doing expenses. What's up, tax season?
I just filed an extension.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anywho, but I got all that done. But yeah, and then Sunday, woke up early, rented a car, drove up to Green Bay.
Oh yes.
Where I then just got to my friend's.
Is it a bay? Is it on? What's it on? Is it on a lake?
It's on a bay. It's on a lake. Yeah.
What lake is it?
It's on one of the Great Lakes.
Like Michigan, maybe. Wait, no, Wisconsin. Green Bay's in Wisconsin.
There you go, Rue. Using your head again.
Hey, I thought it through. I sounded it out.
Green Bay. So yeah, it is on
Huron.
Lake. Is that what it is? Did you get there before I?
No, I'm not looking up anything. I just packed the bowl.
It's an arm of Lake Michigan.
Oh, see, I was right the first time.
Yeah. So you know how like Wisconsin has that little, it's like this, but then it's got like this thing that sticks out like that.
Yeah.
Kind of. Well, Green Bay is like right there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
In the Wisconsin.
The Wisconsin. But yeah, I drove up there. It's only like 2 hours from Milwaukee, so it was a fun little drive. Drove up there and then got a burger and then went to my friend Sean's house, saw him for a little bit, and then came back to Mark's house, dropped off the car because it was time to start drinking because the Chiefs were playing in the motherfucking Super Bowl.
Oh, what a game. What a stressful drunk game.
Yeah, that's it. And man, it went by so fast.
It went by so fast.
I felt like it was a 14-minute game.
Oh, you're frozen. There you are. What'd you say?
I said I felt like it was like a 14-minute game.
Yeah, same.
Same. Especially being at a very neutral party. Like there was like me as a Chiefs fan and like one guy that had a Philadelphia Eagles hat.
Oh.
And he was the son of the people having the party. I was like, oh, I didn't know your son was an Eagles fan. And they're like, yeah, no, we didn't either till today. We think he just has the hat.
He just has the hat.
And but he, you know, he was like a good fucking like 17-year-old, 18-year-old kid. And we just sat he and I were the only ones vested in the game, really.
Yeah.
And the first thing happened for the Chiefs that was good. I was just like, look, yeah. And then I just looked around and I was like, and I need to calm down. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you don't.
I didn't, Andy. I just drank a lot of tequila and kept eating apps.
Thought you were gonna say kept eating ass for a second there.
No.
And I was like, what in the Wisconsin is going on?
Just, you know, me watching Super Bowls. Go Chiefs. Go Chiefs.
I was eating ass when we won the last time. It's superstition.
But to be fair, I was eating ass when we lost too. I'm just always doing it. 2 points make a line. That's
they
what I
say if you do what you love, you never work a day in your life.
And that's not true. I've been doing what I love for 24 years, and there are definitely days you're working. But yeah, you know, the game going into halftime, like I still wasn't worried. Although no, I kind of was worried because that's his hurt. His ankle was hurt.
Oh, when that happened, all the taints hit the floor in my apartment full of Chiefs fans.
Yeah, I even said out loud, I was like, well, that's it. Like, that sucks. And then he came out halftime like, I'm the greatest of all time.
Yeah. Quaaludes and cocaine are legal in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah. What are they going to test you day after? Season's over, motherfucker.
Yeah. Got the Lombardi, bitch.
But yeah, so really just couldn't believe it. Because I'm going into that game, I was very nervous. I was not expecting a win.
Yeah.
I was hoping for a good game, thinking that if we had it close in the end, we could pull it off.
Yeah.
But man, from play one, I was like, I think we got this. Because I had never seen our defense hit that hard.
Yeah. And we were breaking through their defense, which was the crucial part of the game.
Yeah, that was the big question going into it, is because they were like sack leaders. And then, you know, they were never close to him.
Except for that, I mean, he did get that one tackle where he tugged at his right ankle and he limped off. But
yeah, but he was 7 yards. He was 7 yards upfield by that point.
Yeah.
But no, it was just what a great game. It was great to see.
Beautiful halftime show by the lovely pregnant Rihanna.
Yeah, it was muted because of or it might not have been muted, but it was, you know, it was loud where I was seeing it. But I did really enjoy the the stages flying around.
Oh yeah, my favorite was someone on Twitter was like, I love that she was playing on the Super Smash Brothers stage.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it was.
Yeah. It was badass. I thought it was very cool. She
did it pregnant.
She did it pregnant. I mean, what a bad bitch.
And also did it all herself. There were no guest spots. Like,
yeah.
Exhibit didn't come out and bust off a verse or anything. Like, it was all.
I know.
It was Riri to the TPs.
I was a little nervy when she was doing the song that she does with Kanye, Lights, and I was like, "Uh-oh, I hope this is not." I
he
hope
just
she
comes
doesn't try to
down
do like
on
a redemption
menorah.
moment. And they're all lit with middle fingers.
Yeah, he's in the building. Oi, Gavolt, motherfuckers. Oh. But yeah, by the, like all the Super Bowls I've ever watched with the Chiefs in it, by the end of it, I was shithouse hammered.
You and me both, brother.
Someone drove me back up the hill to Mark's. I'm still not real sure who it is.
An angel.
Yeah, it was because it was kind of cool that the game ended and everyone was like, well, see you later. And I went up to Mark's. My friend Mark.
I had people show up at my place after the game was over. I'm not even kidding.
Who all showed up?
I mean, it was just Matt Simon, but it was like still people came over after the game was over.
Well, yeah, because it's so early there.
Yeah, the game ended at 7 here.
Yeah, it ended at like 9:30 there.
Or 7:30, I guess, yeah.
And we're in Wisconsin, so like people have to work the next day and do shit. It's not like a creative space where people
don't have to do anything the next day.
Yeah. And so yeah, they drove me back up to Mark's house. My buddy Mark owns many grocery stores and has zero food at his fucking house. It's kind of the joke. So I ended up ordering Taco Bell, and I just, you're drunk and you don't care. So you're not really looking at prices. But long story short, it cost me $30 to get a quesadilla and a 5-layer burrito and a drink. Just because, yeah, I was like, it doesn't hurt, but also you're like, that was, and
it's
it was
annoying.
It's just annoying to know that I gave Postmates as much money as I gave Taco Bell. And it wasn't even like, what's that?
No, go ahead.
Now, what'd you say? You just broke up.
Oh no, I was just going to say, I can't believe there's a Taco Bell Cantina open 2 blocks away from me.
I know. You're going to be, although it's going to be great the next time you're drunk and you want Taco Bell. I mean, you're still going to Postmates it, but still, at least it's an option.
I want to go Baja Blasted. I want to go get one of those Baja Blastaritas.
Yeah, I have news for you. You can make them at home because all it is, have you not been to one?
No, I haven't been to one, but also like, do you know how sad it is to make that at home?
But do you know how sad it is?
You can't buy Baja Blast in the store.
But you buy a Baja, they literally have a bottle of vodka, bottle of tequila, and a bottle of rum. And they go, and they're like, which one do you want? And they're like,
Chris, let me get a cocktail at Taco Bell.
Okay, I'm just saying it's going to be very
I understand. I understand what it is. I'm not expecting
it's going to be underwhelming.
A fucking like mixologist thing, I don't want it to be like garnished with the perfect nacho. I know what it is. I know it's just going to be booze and a frozen Baja Blast in the same fucking cup the regular drinks come in. But I'm going to love it.
All right, well, have fun.
You want to go?
Yeah. And then yeah, Monday I woke up and our good friend Jeff Brannon happened to just be in town, which is weird. And he yeah, so he and I got to hang out, and I love Brandon to death. We had a great time. We went and had a late lunch, and then we just chilled at the house, had a late dinner, and fucking sat in the hot tub. It was fucking brutal. Well, I mean,
Just
not brutal. It was fucking awesome.
dude soup.
Yeah, it was dude soup. And so and then I woke up Tuesday and drove my car over to Minneapolis where I did some shows here at Acme. Did a Valentine's Day show, which is, it's always weird for me to do Valentine's Day shows because I'm like always single and all my all my bits are about being single or trying to find love, and all these people are there like, we love each other, and I'm like, fucking, aren't chicks weird? And
Yeah.
so it's, but no, the show went great. The shows at Acme is like top fucking 5 clubs in the country, always has been.
Oh, cool.
And so and then last night I had to do a private show for a realtor, and like I wasn't real sure what I was getting into, but it was in a real nice theater. And I guess it's just like for all of his clients, he just invites them all out, and he was like a big fan. And it was good times. Did the show. It was up in St. Cloud, and yeah, it was a good time.
Awesome.
Having a great time. God bless
Great.
American small
Gotta
puppies.
love a private show that goes well.
And then I'm like I'm 100% in on American Auto now.
Right?
It's really funny.
It's so good. It's so good.
I thought it was further along than it was. I didn't know we're only 4 eps into season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I started watching it when I go into the bathroom and definitely not smoke weed.
John Barinholtz, who we love from Superstore,
Yes.
is just, there's nothing he's not good at. And then X Mayo, the girl who plays the assistant, the secretary, so good.
Oh, is that who that is?
Uh-huh.
I was like, who is X Mayo?
Yeah, that's her name.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, it's a great show. It's very much in the ilk of Superstore.
Yes.
But man, some of the shit they say is just so funny. And what else? I still don't like it, but I'm still watching every episode of Night Court, hoping it gets better.
Well, they got picked up for season 2.
I know. And wow. What? Cause fuck. Like the entertainment industry makes no, and again, super happy. Maybe they see something I don't. But I feel like right now, I feel like a junior high in Escondido somehow talked John Larroquette into doing their version of Night Court. And it's
so specific.
I know. But it's so close. It's so close yet so far away.
Hey, you know what? Maybe it's just one of those cases where it's like the network getting in the way. Like Hulu could definitely be getting in the way of how the comedic flow is going. And now since they've been renewed for a season 2, maybe they'll loosen the reins a little bit and let them relax a little bit more into the comedy.
That's what I'm hoping. Again,
Yeah.
I'm watching every episode. I'm giving them their numbers. I'm doing everything I can do. But man,
but yeah, MILF Manor.
I don't want any part of that.
There's even one where this one old white lady gets met at 2 of the. First of all, they're in Mexico, all living in the same house. And
well, I think legally you'd have to be to do a lot of this shit.
Yeah. And 2 of the moms are Spanish speaking, and they were speaking Spanish. And she was like, quit talking your Spanish in front of everyone. And all she does is double down on the white Karenism. And it's so good. And her son's like, oh yeah, her headlights are always on. Talking about his mom's fake tits. Oh, it's so good. It's like Corey Feldman reality show levels of comedy.
I mean, I'll try, but it's got the ick factor is just so over the top with this. It is so like, look, I don't mean to be crass, but we're all on Pornhub. I'm not the only one. Right? It's a fucking $800 billion business or whatever the fuck it is. It's very step family oriented, it seems, on the top of the pages. And I'm just like,
I would love to be able to filter that out.
Maybe it's because
what is Pornhub? I'm just kidding. I don't know what it is.
Maybe it's because our parents are still together and I think you're kind of gross. Like, I have that is not a fantasy of mine at all.
No, it's disgusting.
Yeah. And but it's like it's 4 pages of that before you get to, two people in love, which is what I'm totally
I know people
into.
with step siblings who are into it.
Yeah.
Which you're just kind of like,
which
I mean, everyone's into whatever they're into, but it's like,
but also look,
I don't
want to
know about your incest.
If the step sister came in and you were both 18, I'm sure there's that weirdness where you're like, I do think she's hot, and it's not my fault.
It's how the movie Clueless ended.
Oh, I didn't see it.
What? She ends up with Paul Rudd in the end, and they were formerly step siblings. That's how they met.
Yeah. So I don't know, but it's just, again, it's a lot. I wish you could filter that out where you could just be like, I'm good on the people that are legally related to me.
We should start a family business called Regular Pornhub. It's family owned, but no family stuff.
Everybody just met. Oh, fuck.
Or they've been married for a while. You never know.
And they're just experimenting with the babysitter or something. But no one.
You see their 23andMe's before the video starts. So you see their lineage.
Not even close.
See? That's a good idea.
Just no icky Pornhub.
Yeah. Do we have any listener mail?
You know what? I'm not even going to lie to you. I was looking at stories and stuff, and I completely forgot to look.
We're not even going to get to stories again.
I mean, we finally figured out the banter. And also, we're finally doing enough stuff to where we can fill the time. Through the pandemic, when we were just sitting in our apartment, it was like, fucking please write in.
You know what? I did go get a massage. I had a massage this morning. And the woman, she came in and just looked at me and she was like, so tight. And then she started like lightly touching me. She was like, oh, so tight. And I was like, man, it's the first time I've ever heard that. And it was a bad thing.
Hi, Mom. Anyway, if you have questions, concerns, or need life advice, send it to 1 millionth pod. That's all words, 1 million with a TH and a POD at gmail.com. And if you're lucky, you might get it read right here on the pod. We do have listener mail. This is
brought to you by Manscaped.
Brought to you by Manscaped. Manscaped Head here.
Hey, what up, Portheads, talent receivers, and double fucks? Chris Porter here. Getting ready to shave my neck, but you know what else I'm going to shave? Right down here. And I'm going to use Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com, check out their lawnmower, check out their ball preserver. Enter in the promo code 1 millionth pod. You'll get 20% off your whole order and free shipping. Come on, fellas. Your ladies deserve better. Get in there. Manscaped.
See, look, now we both got to do gross stuff.
This one's from Kylie and John. Subject says thank you. Hi, Chris, Andi, and Otto. First of all, Chris been a fan since Last Comic Standing. You were mine and my brother's favorite. Now my hubby and I are obsessed with your podcast. We're loving the fact that we can now see you guys. Thank you for doing this podcast. It makes us laugh hard every time. Wanted to share a silly story we have because of you guys. My brother's dog's name is Mac. Well, we named him Mac Attack Snacks, and it stuck. Makes us giggle every time. Andi, you talked about an interview in the last pod. Good luck, and I hope you got the job. Just a couple talent receivers, Kylie and John.
I did not get the job.
Oh, womp womp. Sorry, Rue.
I know. It's all good.
We did have
What are you gonna do?
We did have a few comments on our premium whole vids. Which was
just funny.
Yeah, I know, right? That's why I named the episode that.
It's great.
Mouse says, thanks for connecting with us through the podcast, Chris. I sure hope you keep at it. You were one of the funniest guys. I guess that was more just for me. All right. Anyway.
I was like, man, these are real Chris heavy.
That was just a comment from the YouTube channel. I was just reading it.
Oh, that's nice.
This is an actual
Just do a little control F, Chris.
Well, that was it for listener mail.
Ba-da-da-da.
Again, questions, concerns, life advice, send them to 1 millionth pod. That's all words, 1 million with a TH and a POD at gmail.com. We got time for stories.
Sure.
We got time for a story a piece, I would think.
Sure. Why not? You edit it. I don't.
I do.
Oh, man. I'll let you figure that out because, boy, do I have a story for you.
Great.
So a couple in Allentown, Pennsylvania, celebrated their 57th wedding anniversary despite multiple murder attempts. The headline here.
Wait. What? Can you just read it one more time?
So there's a couple from Pennsylvania celebrating their 57th wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
Despite multiple murder attempts.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you're going to explain, but I have a lot of questions. Like, are they towards each other?
Yep.
So they've tried to kill each other multiple times.
She has tried to kill him multiple times. So in 1983, they had 4 kids at a pizza shop, which, first of all, it's already a movie. So
yeah,
don't go thinking this sounds like a movie because it was already made. It's called I Love You to Death with Kevin Kline, Tracy Ullman, Keanu Reeves, and River Phoenix.
Oh, that was early.
So early. And that was in the 90s. So in 1983.
Well, it was in the 90s because Tracy Ullman was in it.
Right. And she wasn't playing some kind of like old witch. So he was not Fidelis. What am I? Is that right? Is that a way to say that?
He cheated.
Yeah, infidelis. Right?
He was not Fidel. He was unfidel. He was an infidel. Nailed it.
He was an infidel, and she found out, and she hired a teenage hitman to try to kill her husband 5 times, including failed attempts to blow up his car and attack him with a baseball bat. Another night, she put a bottle of sleeping pills in her husband's food, and then the hitmen shot him 2 times. He says, one in the back of the head, and the bullet went right through he got shot twice, one in the back of his head, and then the bullet went right through his chest. And because of the pills, his system was slowed down and was like in a daze and didn't believe anything. And he believed his wife that she was telling him that he like had the flu. So,
man, the flu really makes you bleed a whole lot, doesn't it? Having trouble breathing.
The bullet in his head is still there. So his wife and the teenage hitman, they were all arrested. The guy spent 12 days in the hospital, and when the first thing he did when he got out of the hospital was get his wife out of jail, bailed her out. And then they both cried and said to each other, from now on, let's talk, let's communicate better. And they discovered that's what was missing. And they got counseling, and he goes, I forgive. Yeah, nothing happened to me. It's okay. Don't do it again. Take it easy. It's like, you have a fucking bullet in your head, dude. She blew up your car, tried to get you with a baseball bat, poisoned your food.
Did they have a daughter that ended up being a cop? Because I think she fucked a bunch of dudes. Or no, I guess that would be the son. That'd be the son that ended up marrying the daughter. Oh,
Yeah. But now
fuck
they
it.
and they rekindled their relationship when their 1990 movie, what's it called? A Time to Kill. I Love You to Death.
I love you to death.
When they went on a publicity tour, where they rekindled their romance.
How would you like to be that guy's friends where they're like, what do you mean you're going back to her? She literally tried to kill you.
Shot you.
But we've decided to talk more. It was half my fault. All right. I'm going to
Man.
give you a choice for my story. Georgia or Florida?
You know I love Florida stories. Let's go Florida.
Well, worst nightmare ever realized when a Florida courthouse janitor accidentally locked herself in a cell for a weekend, cleaning it, just like that episode of Family Guy, where fucking Stewie and Brian get locked in the bank safe. She's in there cleaning, hears a clink behind her, realizes it's closed, can't get out. Also, there's no one there for the weekend. Also, she's diabetic and didn't have her insulin.
Oh, honey, where was your cell phone?
Her cell phone was on her cart, which was outside the cell. I was gonna say
it's got to be on the cart.
And
you couldn't be like, well, I like, hey, SIRI.
One more.
Go call 911.
Can you say all of that again?
On,
you kind of broke up.
Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, it says my internet connection is unstable. Same, bitch. No, I was gonna say, can't you just be like, hey, SIRI, call 911? Like, isn't that why that bitch is there?
What bitch?
Do you think she was trying that? Well, I don't want to say her name because I don't want to like fuck up my computer and stuff.
Oh,
the voice
the
assistant,
Apple voice assistant.
Yes.
Oh, I bet as soon as she got out, her daughter was like, "Why do you just use the voice assistant?" She was like, "Fucking Dios míos."
First of all, why'd you assume she's Spanish speaking?
Because her name is Vargas de Dinas.
Vargas?
Was finally found on Monday morning and taken to a hospital. She didn't have food for 3 nights, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And she was able to drink from a faucet above the cell's toilet. That's how she stayed alive without her insulin.
I mean, that's insane.
Yeah, it's not great. Well, hey,
I bet she's gonna get a phone with a voice assistant now. No,
she's definitely gonna learn how to use Siri. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, this was fun, Rue.
This was fun.
I know we had we had a bit of an internet connection issue, folks. So if it gets a little choppy, our apologies. But we're just trying to fucking do what we can with what we can. But as always, you can find Andi at Andi Port and at Andi Porter on the different websites. What is it? At Andi Port it's on Instagram and at Andi Porter on Twitter. And you can find the pod at 1 millionth pod on Twitter. Or no, on Instagram. That's all words. 1 million with a TH and a POD. And tell them the rest, Rue.
And you can find the pod on Twitter at the number 1 in the words millionth pod. If people still even use Twitter. And then you can find Chris on Twitter and Instagram at I am Chris Porter.
And you can find me this weekend at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club in the wonderful Las Vegas, Nevada at the Link. I'll be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday with the wonderful Jen Sturger. And the week after that, I will be at the St. Louis Helium. And then the week after that, March 9th, get your tickets. Me, Zach Myers, Comedy Stories, Music, Phoenix, Stand Up Live. Go to chrisportercomedy.com. As always, my name is Chris Porter.
I'm Andi Porter.
This has been the 1 millionth podcast. Fuck you.
Come on by.
I do do do
Do do do
do do
do
do
do
do
do do do
do do do do.
do 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 do
Do,
do
do,
do
do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. We should do a live one soon, so that won't sound stupid. Yeah. All right. I love you, Roop.
Love you, Chris.
Bye.
Bye.